folks, Topsoil Terry here again with you. I'm joined with Rick Hernandez, aka Chops, one of my good buddies and a local legend around these parts here in Texas. Chops, how you doing today, bud?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Finally, you guys don't understand how hard it's been trying to get this interview. We're talking years.
Yeah.
People think we just come to the race and just have fun and then go home. It doesn't work that way. But
no.
So Chops, how did you get into this?
You know, it's crazy, but so one day I showed up to a truck event about 9 years ago, and a buddy of mine had a truck, the old 359, and he had it souped up to race, and the guy that was supposed to help drive it for him didn't show up. So he asked me, he goes, "Hey man, you know how to race a truck?" I said, "I can drive them." I said, "I ain't never raced one." So I got in it, man, and I won the event, and it just like wildfire. That was it, man. It's a drug, man.
It is.
Yeah, very expensive drug.
You're not the first person here to say that today. I mean, once you get started, I mean, I started out kind of the same way. I went to a show, and then one day my boss let me drive, and now here I am.
Yeah. Got
the Topsoil Terry network going. So you know, here we are. So what can you tell us about your truck here?
It's an 03 P379. The owner's Jaime Martinez out of San Antonio, where we have a little partnership. You know, I drive the truck, work on it. You know, we buy parts together. It's his truck, but I drive it. We do a lot of stuff together, man. It's pretty fun. It's a 03 P. It has a 6NZ C15 in it. It's a B-class truck. I think it's a pretty nice truck. We've been having a bunch of hiccups with it, blowing turbos, but I think we got it addressed. So.
I've been watching you since you started racing this. I've been watching you. It's every single show you're getting a little bit better, tuning it a little better. You're getting it, and that's another thing that people don't understand is like they think, oh, we just build a truck. We know everything about the truck. Every truck is different. Every truck is different.
They're
you gotta toy with them, every single one. Now, how, just for example, and I'm sure you're still tuning it, but what would you say, rough estimate, how many hours do you have into this truck, just dialing and tuning?
Oh, man. It's hundreds of hours, man. I mean, wrenching on it, tuning it, changing parts, trying to see what works. And, the thing with a B-class, you're limited. It's a real close, very competitive class. A class, you have
more breathing room.
Yeah, you have a little more breathing room. You can change chargers, you can do all kinds of stuff. This, we're limited to one size charger, and that's it.
That's the other thing that I've said, folks, is B class seems to be like the hardest class, because when you're in C class like I am, things are pretty close to stock with, you have a lot of limitations, but things are pretty close to stock. You just do a couple of things to the truck. That's really all you can do. A class, it's pretty much wide open. You can just really put as much into it as you want.
Yep.
But then there's B class, and there's this really fine line here and this really fine line here. And it's really hard to get your truck as fast as it possibly can go, staying within those restraints.
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
limited
difficult.
to the charger. I mean, you can dump as much fuel and, but you're only pushing so much air. Everybody is limited to one charger. So, you can't, you can go smaller, but that ain't going to help you, so everybody has to stay limited to that one size charger. And now, it's a driver's race, really.
Now, I get asked this all the time. For the people at home that don't understand, he's talking about the size of the opening and turbo. Now, what are the sizes for B class, like that fine line that I was talking about?
Well, it's an 81 millimeter, and your AR side, you can pretty much do whatever you want with that, which everybody uses probably the same. It's the bigger, it's just you got to play with it, to see how it works for you, and like in this truck is heavy, so. Yeah, you're limited, man. It's just the chargers are all the same size. It's an 81 millimeter. That's as big as you can go. The only tricks and stuff you're going to mess with is gear ratio, tire size, stuff like that. That's the only kind of edge that you really have.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, A class, you're definitely going to get a show. You're going to see some tires coming off the ground, and you're going to see a lot of black smoke and stuff like that. But we really see the drivers do get out. Just really putting everything they got into it is the B class, because everybody is very, very similar with their trucks, So now, what do you have planned in the future? Do you plan on building more trucks? Do you plan on just taking this as far as it goes? Is there a plan for you in coming up, or just kind of taking it day at a time?
We're just taking it day at a time. We're building our A-Class, the green truck that we used to run. That's been out of the picture for about 2 years now. So we're getting ready to bring that one out next year. It'll be back on board. So that's going to be a fun truck to see once we get it back out. That's going to be a force to reckon with.
If you folks don't know the truck that he's talking about, you've got some pictures on Facebook of that and some videos and stuff. Look up Rick Hernandez on Facebook.
Yeah.
I promise you see this truck, you'll understand what we're talking about. It's mean. It's real mean.
Oh, yeah.
And while you're on there, make sure to give some love to Rick here. You know, I mean, this guy has been putting it in for years, like a lot of these racers that I'm interviewing, and people don't understand. Like, you know, you go to other sports, professional sports, it's like, I'm not knocking on the talent. It takes talent, like say NASCAR, to do 500 laps, you know.
Definitely.
It's endurance. I'm not taking away from it athleticism, but for the most part, those guys give the information to their mechanics and the mechanics do it. These guys, they drive them on a daily basis. They have to come up with money for the parts. Then they have to work on them, and they have to drive to all these shows and stuff. It's brutal.
Yes.
But like you said, it's a drug. Once you experience it, you can't stop.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you for the interview, man,
man.
and good luck out there today.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
Hey, folks, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.